Hi, thanks for joining me while I make this grapevine, another one. I'm excited now. This is like my second one. So this one is being created to complement the floral cross that I made. So this first bit of greenery that I'm using in this grapevine is some that I got from Michael's. It was on sale. I think it was $1.99 um, per bushel. So it's a pretty good price for this greenery. And my hot glue pan is next to me on the left, so that's why you see me reaching that way to get hot glue on the stems to put in here. And so I'm just wanting to make sure that I get pretty good coverage with this greenery. It's really easy to do because it's so fluffy, so full in and of itself with all the stems and leaves. So I'm going to take this up about a little better than halfway. I think I used 5 stems of this. And so that was one bushel that you saw me cut up. And so I think I used 5 of those on this particular portion. So everything is kind of going in at a slant so that, I get the layering look for everything. And once I finish this greenery, I'm grabbing some glue strands that I see sticking out, and then I'm going to get another greenery also from Michael's. This one is very similar, except you can see the leaves kind of have a lighter tint to the edges around the outside of that. And I think I used 3 or 4 of these. Again, this was from Michael's. So I'm just going to continue that pattern of layering this in. You can see the tips of some of the leaves now starting to give it a different color with that. Give it some depth and definition with the white tips of those. Keeping everything at a slant and kind of going out from the inside to the outside to make sure I'm getting nice coverage. This is going pretty well so far. I was liking the way it was coming together. Still fluffing things out and grabbing some glue strings as I see them. Now these are from a lavender bush. They're from the same bush that I used with the cross that I made. So these came from Hobby Lobby, and I cut those up and am using those throughout. Putting in some purple, my absolute favorite color. So you'll see that that's getting spread throughout the design. I got this lavender from Hobby Lobby when they were having their 40% off sale, which they do, I think, every other week. So keep that in mind if you're ever going to get florals from Hobby Lobby. Check their weekly ad and make sure you're going on a week that they are having their 40% off on their florals. Otherwise, they can get kind of pricey. I want to say that they were like $5.99, maybe. This greenery that I'm using here went back to some that was at Michael's. Again, these were like $1.99. So I'm just putting these throughout. And they're a little thicker, but again, a different shade of green. So it's giving some more depth to the design, so you can see all the different colors coming through of the greenery. The specks of purple throughout, which I really, really love. So I'll get those in here. Also remembering to put some on the inside of the actual grapevine. So I have a few more of those to place. Still at an angle. Still just giving this, working out this shape. So these flowers that I'm putting in now are also from Hobby Lobby. Again, the 40% off sale that they have, I was able to get these. These are also in my floral cross. So that's all going to tie together because this grapevine is going to go on my front door. So cross is out on the tree, and then this is going to be on my front door. So these pieces are kind of getting layered in as well, getting some height here, and adding in a different texture, different color. And the final grouping of florals that I'm going to put in are going to be these purple sunflowers that are also in my floral cross. So also from Hobby Lobby, purchased when they were 40% off. I think there are 12 of these on in a bushel, and it was $7.99, then 40% off that. So really good deal, really good price on that. And I did not use 12 in this design, but there were 12 that were on that stem. So just layering it all out, bending my florals so that the sunflowers face out. I think I still had like a couple pieces of eucalyptus left. So I'm going to put those in as well. Since it was just those two pieces, I didn't want to just leave them sitting out. So you see me putting one there. Another. So now I have all this done, and it is time to work on the bow. So clean up a little bit of that grapevine residue that gets left behind. I didn't mention this, but at the beginning, I also, on that grapevine, just cut off all the pieces that were kind of sticking out there, kind of crazy. So you'll want to kind of clean up your grapevines before you start applying your design. So this is a white glitter 2.5-inch ribbon. I think I got that from Sam's, I think. So I'm doing 6-inch loops on this one. Yeah, I got it from Sam's. 6-inch loops on this one. I'm going to do 4 loops of the white. So you'll see me get those lined up here. I think my toes were like 8 inches. The next ribbon that I'm going to go in with is one that I think I got from Craft Outlet. It's a purple canvas ribbon, and it says "Don't Stop Believing," and it also says "Living on a Prayer." It's got the cross on it. What you'll notice is that because it is a pattern and all the words are going in one direction, you'll have to make some adjustments to make sure that you have your ribbon turning in the right direction. So you'll see me lift and twist the side on the right so that that loop, the font and the print is going in the same direction as everything else. So, and you'll see I'm also measuring those up to make sure they're the same height. And so here's the second loop. You'll see first it's going in, it looks upside down. Lift that up a little bit. Make sure you twist on the left side and I lifted that loop up and pulled it down again so it's in the right direction. And I'll do one more loop and then it will have the font coming down on the tail in the right direction so you can read it. It's not upside down or backward. That ribbon, the Living on a Prayer canvas ribbon, and this lavender sunflower ribbon were both ribbons that I picked up from or ordered from Craft Outlet. They have very reasonable budget friendly ribbon. So actually I want to say all of the ribbon except that bottom ribbon came from Craft Outlet. So this is a lavender Swiss dot 1.5 inch ribbon. So I'm getting those loops in. So I went 6, 5, 4 on the inches of the ribbon by color. One of the things they do whenever they are rolling these ribbon, if they, on the spool, if they run out, they'll actually tape on another piece. And you either have the option of cutting that out or just rolling with it. Since this is my personal design, I went ahead and just roll with it. I would normally, if it were for a client, I would cut that out and use a continuous piece of ribbon instead. But you can't really tell if you do it right, but I just didn't want to, I wouldn't do that with a client, just on my own personal design. So that ribbon on the top, that white ribbon, is also a glitter ribbon. It's a 5/8 inch glitter ribbon, again from Craft Outlet. So you'll see I'm putting in my zip tie here. I'm going to pull this together, pull it out, and then make sure my zip tie is in that crease. Start to tighten it a little bit, but not completely, because I need to put behind that a pipe cleaner to attach it to the grapevine. So I'm getting that pipe cleaner through. Finish tightening that zip tie. Start kind of messing around with fluffing those layers of bows or loops up. And you typically want to fluff on one side and then move over to the other side. It helps keep you from kind of getting lost in what you were doing, because that's real easy to do. So once I have everything kind of fluffed and pulled out in the directions that I want them to go, then I can go ahead and move to the next step of getting this ribbon prepped, or this bow prepped, to go on to the grapevine. So I'll go ahead and put in a purple sunflower in the center of this. So just using again my glue skillet, and I'm going to pop that down in there in the center. Cut off my zip tie, and then I'm going to start messing around with the tails. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the grapevine. I'm using my crochet hook to get that through, and then pulling it secure through the grapevine. On the back, basically I'm wrapping that in a big circle, so that it's too wide to come back through the grapevine. It'll be held in place. So now I have my bow on, so now I'll start doing what I'm going to do with the tails. That 5/8 ribbon, I always love to like do the swirly, twirly tails with. And then I'm going to cut every other one at an angle or dovetail in the other ribbon. So you'll see that I'm doing that. I tend to cut my angles in opposite directions based on the side that it's on. Um, so you'll see that. Pull out those little twirls. All right, so here's the final product. This grapevine hanging on my front door. I think is absolutely gorgeous. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'd love it if you join me whenever I'm making additional designs. Thanks for the support. Have a great one. This is Stephanie Cunningham of SDC Wreaths for You, signing out.